Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a 2011 Porsche Cayenne with the 4.8 V8 naturally aspirated, and we have a code for thermostat heater control circuit high P0599. Okay, key out, scanner off. Next thing we're gonna go ahead and start doing, come to the engine bay, remove some beauty covers, remove some clamps, another 7mm here we're gonna remove. Now we can remove this Y pipe that connects to the air boxes on both sides. We can go ahead and place this one on the side, and our thermostat is right somewhere in this valley that is not easily accessible at all. So I will go ahead and walk you through step by step how to get it done. Our intake Y pipe is removed. We're gonna go ahead and remove this throttle body, give us some more room. We have a connector here, push clips on both sides. Gonna go ahead and unclip this one, release it from here. We have probably Torx 25s here, so we're gonna go ahead and remove this throttle body. 4 bolts from the throttle body, Torx 25. Star bit like this is removed. Put something in the manifold so nothing is going in there, falling in there somehow. So the connector for the thermostat is right here. So get the long flat screwdriver and unclip this one. After that we're gonna go ahead and unbolt these 3 bolts from the water pump pulley. Have a belt on so there is more tension on it so the pulley won't start moving. Now that we have 3 bolts loosened up, ready to come off, your tensioner release is right here. So I'm going to try to use that 30mm socket, slide it over. Now I'm gonna take a big wrench. Took my wrench right here, or a ratchet on a 30, push it towards the driver's side, which is going to release the belt. Now it's time to slide the belt off. Belt is off. Now it's time to go ahead and remove this last Torx 40 from the water pump. Next up we're gonna go ahead and remove the water pump bolts. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Torx bits right here. They probably E10 in size. Bolts is removed, water pump is coming off. That reveals our, we're gonna disconnect this one so you have more room to play around here. That's our thermostat here. So we're gonna go ahead and undo this connector right here, and then that will allow us to take a hook and pull this thermostat out. Managed to remove the connector from behind. Let's see, and grab those needle nose pliers and try to pull this thing out. Nope, don't want to come yet. Try to massage it out. There is a Porsche instructions where they recommend you to get the rope or get the wire, put it through here and pull it out. So let's see what tool can we use. So the way I pull out this thermostat, I made a hook like tool like this, hook it behind this cross there, and you can go ahead and take something like this and pry it right where this sensor is, and same time pull it and try to get behind here and on the other side, and just keep pulling it out until you get to this point. Now when you're reinstalling this, you want to make sure that you nicely lubricate those 2 O-rings here so it slides in without any issues. And again, this connector stays at 12 o'clock facing to the sky, and that's our bleeder nipper for the thermostat right here. So you want to of course make sure you're gonna clean up the mating surface to make sure you work in a clean area. so once you lubricate the seals, it just slides in perfectly without issues and everything goes back together. So doing it on a budget, just replacing whatever needs to be replaced. We're gonna go ahead and replace the serpentine belt. We're gonna get the new thermostat with those O-rings, and we're also gonna go ahead and get the gasket for the water pump and the gasket for the throttle body and slap it all back together. So we finally have received our replacement thermostat, same one that was in there before. I guess that's the original manufacturer, Waller, made in Germany. 12 o'clock on the center, and that's also a breather nipple, so that definitely needs to be 12 o'clock on any thermostat that you're installing so the air can ventilate. So we're gonna go ahead, and there is 2 rubber O-rings. We're gonna go ahead and lubricate them so they're going in right there without any pressure, so we don't mess up the gaskets. Our rings and the casing is lubricated. We're gonna match this dot here with the top 12 o'clock, and all we have to do is push it in. Should be pretty effortless, or not. Maybe need some adjustment to it or little tapping. Okay, what it really needed was 2 fists to push it in, completely flattened with the casing surface here. Now it's time to bring our water pump. We have brand new gaskets for the water pump from Porsche. Water pump is right here, and that's our throttle body gasket here. New water pump gasket is installed. We have 5 screws ready to go in. Water pump is installed. I hand screwed the screws in, then tighten them down evenly, bottom up, crisscross, and then since when everything got against the wall, I just give it a little snug, good and tighten, and that should be just enough. Now we can go ahead and take this connector. This connector is going to our thermostat. I'm probably gonna need my other hand to properly install it in here, so I'm gonna get the flathead screwdriver to guide it and push it down in there. Okay, connector is back in the thermostat where it needs to be. Now we are going to also replace the serpentine belt, so next step for me would be to get the new serpentine laid out the same way as it is right now, and after that I can go ahead and install my water pump pulley, get my my socket's already there, then untighten the tensioner so I can go ahead and slide the belt back on the water pump. I've routed my serpentine belt based on the diagram right here. New belt is in. Now it's time to go ahead and get 3 water pump pulley bolts as close as possible by hand. Then we're gonna slap the belt on it, and then we do a final torque down on the water pump pulley. Water pump bolts are hand tightened. Now it's time to get our socket to the tensioner 30 mil and pull it back, and then slide our belt over the water pump pulley. Little tips and tricks on how to make the belt replacement easier, or putting just your belt back, is remove this airbox side, and you're able to have so much more room to put your belt and get the tensioner pulled back. Serpentine belt successfully installed. Now it's time to take our T40 and do a final tighten down on that pulley bolt, 3 of them. Water pump pulley bolts are done. Reconnected the little vacuum line here. Thermostat plug is connected. This plug here is connected as well. It's time to go ahead and replace our throttle body gasket with a brand new one, because we just don't want to start chasing down leaks or incorrect idle. Clean your throttle body and bolt it up. It's Torx 25s if I'm correct. Throttle body is reinstalled, 4 screws back in. Here's your throttle body cable. Slide under here. Plug it in, make sure it clicks properly. There we go. It's a little holder here for the wiring harness. That's done. Now we're gonna reinstall that box. That box is reinstalled. Now it's time to reinstall our trim piece. Once you have the trim piece reinstalled, your clips back in, then we go ahead and install our Y-pipe. There is 3 clamps, 7mm clamps in 3 spots. Go ahead and tighten them down, and after that you're able to go ahead and put your booty cover 4.8 V8. Now that everything is installed, it's time to go ahead and refill our coolant reservoir. Once that is filled, we're gonna leave the car running. Once the thermostat has opened up fully, we're able to go ahead and pull the whole system to vacuum, pull any air pockets out of it, and refill it. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully that video was informative for you and helpful. Please like, subscribe to keep the channel going, leave a comment. Thank you and have a good day.